So I guess you teased it. We got some movies to talk about. Should we hop into that little segment we like to call reviews?
Let's do it.
It's camera action, it's review time. Dennis and Adam, we gon' blow your mind. We're stepping up to the plate, ready to swing. Analyzing movies like a scientist would play.
All right, up first, you're going to be our first scientist with Bling here, Dennis.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
Want to set this one up before we get in the trailer?
Let's. Yeah. So this is a little flick from Germany, telling the story of a German army tank crew from 1943 who are sent on a very dangerous mission in their Tiger tank.
So what's happened to our Tiger?
Just a little battered and bruised, but you'll soon be ready. And your mission?
It is, yeah. On this mission, we have to determine the whereabouts of Colonel von Hardenburg and escort him back.
Shit.
5 kilometers to the front line. That is all eyes open. Let's just leave here right away. Go now!
I wish I could just forget it. Forget who we were before.
Romans fighting for Rome forever, never stopping to rest. So the Latin teacher, Weingro, and the train driver find themselves just as caught.
We reap what we sow.
All right, that sounded chillin'.
Yeah. So we're this mission they're sent on to recover this German officer well beyond into the no man's land between the German army and the Soviets. It's already fishy. The crew already feels like something's off, and the fact that they're sending a Tiger tank on this solo mission, it's just them, unsupported by other vehicles, other ground troops, or anything. So it seems like it's this top secret mission sort of thing going on, but something weird is happening behind the scenes that everyone's already suspicious, including our main character, the commander of the tank, who's you could tell something's off, and that's kind of the driving force of this movie. So it's not you get some cool tank battles and stuff. That's honestly what drew me to this. I'm a sucker for like World War II movies, and especially I do have this fascination with tanks of that era. So getting to see this perspective, I thought would be interesting. What I wasn't expecting were all the psychological elements built into it as well. This is not your standard warfare sort of film. Like Fury is one of my favorite World War II movies. This is not that.
Great film.
This is very much not that. And I was kind of thinking
In a good way or a bad way?
See, that's where I'm a little.
Or that's like apples and oranges. You can't.
Yeah, because it's so different. Like, it starts off that way, though. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I thought that's what we were getting into, and then some weird shit starts to happen. And I'm like, okay, this is something else. And I just wasn't a big fan of the ending. It did a plot device that I feel like is a classic no to do in any sort of story, and they hit you over the head with it. And I was pretty disappointed by the very end. So I think it's a great ride for a lot of the film. I think the cast did a great job. Obviously, I watched the English dub. I did not watch it in German. So I'm not particularly familiar with the cast here, but I still think they did a pretty good job of holding their own. The guy that plays the actual driver of the tank, I thought he did a good job of being in a very gritty, rough fucking job of. I got to say, there's things I didn't even know these tanks could do. Like at one point, they're being hunted down by these Soviet tank killers, and they drive their tank into a fucking river. So they have to put a snorkel on it, and they only have so much oxygen inside this thing, and they can just hear the rumbling of these tanks that are much bigger than theirs. Rolling past this river looking for him, and you get these beautiful tense moments. They got to get out of the way of this bombing run. This bridge that they're on is going to be destroyed, and the tank driver's he's literally put the pedal to the metal, and fire has like the rubber gaskets have caught fire, melted, and his boots are on fire, and he can't let off the gas. You know, like he can't stop to put the fire out. He needs to just keep going, otherwise we'll all die. Like it has these awesome moments like that, but they're kind of undercut by these weird psychological elements that I think, kind of short the momentum of the movie once in a while. And when we get to the end, I wasn't on board with how it, like, I just wish that wasn't how it ended.
Damn.
But anyways, I still think it's worth a watch. I think there's a lot of people that would very much enjoy how the movie ended for their own poetic in a way, the way it concludes. It just wasn't for me. I think
that's fine.
Got turned around a little too much. So I'm gonna give The Tank 2.5 slices of toast. Still pretty solid. I think it's worth watching at least once.
Maybe hit that button.
It's yeah. Sorry, Sam. I'm still getting used to that one. There's your 2.5 slices. So yeah, I think it's if you like the genre, it's worth watching once. Is it something you're gonna go back and watch again? Probably not.
Fair enough. That's not bad. Makes sense. All right. Well, like you teased, I have a movie that just came out on Netflix, and both of us are going to be tag teaming this one. The latest film starring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, directed by an action director that I love a lot, Joe Carnahan. I'm talking about Netflix's original film, The Rip.
So, there's been some developments. We have a few more questions. Last time we spoke, you described the job as follows. Your unit works the dope game. Drugs, guns.
Knock, knock, Miami PD.
How you doing this evening?
5 cops just magically appear on my doorstep. I've been better.
You mind if we come inside?
But the majority of your work consisted of cash seizures.
I don't have any drugs.
The dog's not trained to detect drugs. The dog's trained to detect money. How much was the tip that came in?
300 grand.
That's a $20 million rip.
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
You should just take whatever money you want and walk away before this goes really bad for all of us.
No one needs to die tonight. You have 30 minutes to get out of that house.
What we do right now and who we talk to matters. The longer we stick around here, the dicier this shit's gonna be. Tell me what's fucking going on.
Do you think I want to jack this rip?
I don't trust you right now, and that's a fucking problem.
Any ideas? Who might want this money?
$20 million. Where do you want to start?
AWTGG. What does it mean?
Are we the good guys?
All right. So, as you probably could hear from that trailer, it's essentially about a group of Miami cops who get this lead on a house that has what some people are claiming is a couple $100,000 worth of money, or what, 250,000, I think it was.
300,000.
All right, 300,000. And they go there and they very shortly realize, oh, that's not accurate. There's over $20 million here. This has to be cartel money. What do we do? They start getting phone calls. Somehow someone knows they're there. Mm-hmm. And it becomes, can we trust each other? The person on the phone saying, take the money you want and leave, and everyone's going to be fine. If not, we're going to come and kill you, or deal with the consequences. And all these cops have their own personal struggles going on in their lives, and one of their own was recently gunned down, essentially because of the information about this stash house. And it becomes this siege movie, and it's like you don't know who you can trust the whole time. You want to trust this person,
right,
but then you learn something, then you can't trust them, so you want to trust that person. Twists and turns. Pretty good cast. You got Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Scott Adkins, Stephen Young, Tiana Taylor, Supergirl herself, Sasha Calle, Kyle Chandler, and a couple other familiar faces. And this movie has a dark, gritty look to it. It has some very stylized action, but like we mentioned earlier, we're getting a lot of like reiteration of, well, I said this to this person. I said that to that person. oh, well, this just
Yeah.
happened. Well, now I'm going to tell you. And it's like, we just saw all this. And this is an hour and 52-minute movie. So if we got rid of them talking about what just happened here, what just happened there, we'd probably cut it down to a nice tight 90 minutes that would play better.
Yes. And I wouldn't feel so like pandered to. I wouldn't feel so like you're trying to dumb the story down. That honestly is not hard to follow. I'm like, so I liked the visual style here. The grittiness that Affleck and Damon bring to the screen, great. And we know they have that chemistry, which shows on camera. And
it shines.
It's that part is great in this film. I liked this setup, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I think I'm liking where this is going. But it keeps undercutting itself with the same shit we were just talking about. And I'm like, God, this it started off so strong, and then by the time we got to the end, I was done. I was ready for it to be over.
Which ending? Are we talking about the ending that should have been the ending, or the ending that kept going, or the ending that was the ending? There was like 3 false endings that just kept going and going, and it's like, just end it. Put it.
And I knew the whole time, so that's why I said this. And I'm like,
but I didn't know until this point. And let us show you now. We told you, but let us show you what just happened. Now, I'm not gonna lie. There were some twists and turns I didn't see coming. There were some twists and turns I did see coming. It was an interesting little roller coaster ride. I'm not gonna lie. The one character in this movie I was so afraid for the whole time was this money sniffing dog. I'm like, oh, don't kill this dog. If you kill the dog, I'm out, man. I think the dog lived, but it's like, I feel like the movie thought it was smarter than it was. Like you said, we knew what was happening, but it didn't trust us. It had to hold our hands,
exactly,
which really hurt the movie.
I find that insulting. Yeah, and just like, oh god, and then it makes the movie feel so much longer than it actually was. I mean, it's not a short movie, but still, like it's.
Yeah,
I was really excited for this too. I just don't think it. Like you said, you could cut probably 30 fucking minutes out of this thing, and I think it would be a lot better for it.
Oh, stronger, tighter.
Yeah,
I didn't hate it.
No,
but
same here. I didn't hate it.
If it avoided all that shit we just talked about, it could have been such a stronger movie.
Yes. I'd give it a much higher slice rating. This is by no means is it like a 0 or a half slice. Don't get me wrong, folks.
So if you don't know the name Joe Carnahan, he's the writer-director. He's done movies like Smoking Aces. I love that movie. The Gray with Liam Neeson. Fantastic movie.
Great movie.
But he's also done some other movies like Boss Level, not so good, The A-Team. But then he had this kind of cheesy movie back in 2021 called Cop Shop that was so fucking good. But his last movie was called Shadow Force. It came out last year, and it was a rough one to watch. So this guy has really good action-packed movies and then misses. And then good movies and then misses. So it's kind of like the Tyler Perry effect, I like to call it. Like, good movie, bad movie.
Right. And it's too bad because it's not like you can't blame the cast. I think they delivered on
they did
what they needed to be. Yeah. You can't really, like I said, I think it looked good visually. I think it was shot well. There was very limited locations. You could tell they banged this movie out fast.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like a few weeks worth of work.
And that kind of helped the rough and grittiness of it. It kind of sold it a little more as like, oh, this is a non-fucks giving movie. Like, we're just giving you the shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope it's not something that they didn't try to make a series out of. So.
I don't think you can if you keep up going where this was going. It's like one and done. And we've kind of seen the story before. It's like, these cops, they might be dirty. Oh, are they going to take money? Who's going to stop them?
I was just saying, getting this after there being 2 Den of Thieves movies exist. It's
that are fucking good movies.
Yes, yeah, I loved this. That first one I really enjoyed. And it's like it's not that much different here.
No.
Like why are we just kind of making the same thing again in a way? Yeah, I don't know. I would give The Rip 2.5 slices. Like it was there was the parts I liked were really cool, but then the parts I didn't like really hurt it. And I just by the time Val and I were done watching it, we were both just like, ugh. Kind of just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And I'm like, the other night, we've been slow chipping away at rewatching Southland, the TV series about LA cops. And I'm like, that show was fucking great.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
I'm like, I kind of just want to go watch that
Fair enough.
Instead of this thing.
That's sad,
Uh,
but true. I'm gonna marry you 2.5. If we could hit that slice scale, let's hear those bad boys popping. Yeah, not a terrible movie, not a great movie. Temper your expectations. Know what you're getting
Yes.
yourself into.
yeah.
Shut your brain off a bit, and then you can have a good time. Or do what apparently Netflix knows you're already doing and be on your phone and kind of
Fucking right.
through
Exactly.
the motion, I guess.
Yeah, right.
If
I
that's
guess
how
if
they're
you
going to
just
treat us.
exactly. Which again, it's an insulting way to make a movie. I'm tired of that being a normal thing. Let's not normalize this shit. Let's make
Mhm.
movies again. Let's make movies like they're going into the theater. So then we're not doing stuff like
Yes.
that. Please.
You got to focus,
Yes.
not put your order in on your phone, Alamo Drafthouse.
Yeah.
Fucks. All right, we're gonna tag team another movie coming up here, but I'll let you you give us the rundown of this one.
That's right. This is an action-packed but comedic-laden telling the story of EMT who's been at the job for what is it, 16 years or something? He's been doing this almost
Too
nearly
long.
20 years. Yeah, and he's had it. He's beaten down, worn out. He wants to get a new job. So we're about to follow Randy on his last shift in an ambulance with his buddy Mike and their student intern Jessica, and we're going on a wild ride, seeing what the day in the life of an EMT is like in the city of Los Angeles.
All right, let's play that trailer.
She's been having a little trouble breathing lately.
Define lately.
All of the shit you're about to see happened to a real, actual paramedic. Me.
So long, fuckers!
All we want to do is save your life. Some of you don't make it easy.
Get out of my house! Gun! Gun!
I ain't know you can run that fucking fast.
Can you feel the
$20 and he's gonna be butt ass naked.
Well, there you have it. It's a draw.
I can see his dick. That qualifies.
I wouldn't sit there if I were you. Welcome to EMS.
Oh man, I can't wait. I saw this when it hit theaters. I saw this after like 3 other movies. End of the night, 10 o'clock, normally dead. I'm like, all right, I'll see what this is. I like these actors. And
Right.
I was on board the whole time, so I'm happy to finally be talking about it.
Fuck yeah.
I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
So this one just landed at Hulu, which is why it was brought to my attention. And I'm like, and I had the same reaction. It's like, are you kidding me? Rainn Wilson and Lil Rel Howery, 2 incredibly funny, incredibly talented actors, and then
Play off each
supported-
other perfectly.
Oh yes, as well as Rob Riggle, Amy Carrero, a little bit of Zola Mary Dueñas.
Oh yeah.
God
I
damn it.
forgot he was in here. Yep.
I forgot. how to
What's his
pronounce
face
the last name.
from fucking Cobra Kai?
Yeah,
Yvette
Yvette
Nicole
Nicole Brown.
Brown.
Yes,
Oof.
they like very talented people, and I love that it's just chemistry the whole time. Like you get these exciting but hilarious moments, but it has a lot of heart and soul behind it too.
Yes.
Offering a perspective that I don't think something that you take for granted is the fact that this job
Mhm.
exists, that people do this on a daily basis.
Ungrateful. You
A
just
thankless job. Yeah.
Yes. And you can see how it really weighs on the people doing it and how it normally destroys them. Like, I think the statistic is most people don't last as long as Randy's lasted. And he's just going through the motions, senseless to everything that happens, because you see people who are grateful for what you're doing and then people who are trying to fight you because they're tweaking out on stuff. Like, this reminds me of a movie I saw back in 2023 starring what's his name? Ty Sheridan and Al Pacino, not Al, but fucking Sean Penn. But that was a movie called Asphalt City, but that was a more gritty, darker take on this.
Mm-hmm.
And this has darkness, but it's more lighthearted. You get like kind of Deadpool-ish, breaking the fourth wall with Rain talking to the audience. You're seeing these fun cuts. It has cool music, a fun aesthetic, and you're watching a full shift. So you're watching as they're excited, running out of momentum, and then you're seeing this like buck-eyed girl being like, well, we got to do this way because this is how we learn. And it's like, well, that's what the books tell you to do, but you got to learn on the job.
Experience. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And I like that relationship. And it's like, although he's a very rough around the edges, he's not afraid to tell you what you think. He is the best paramedic at this company. And
whether he likes to admit it
their
or
boss is their boss is like, no, that's why you're gonna ride with their ambulance, because he is the best. And you quickly see why. For as hilarious as the movie is, I do love those very intense, gritty, and touching moments. There was that fatality car accident scene, which was super intense. I loved the way he carried himself in that scene. It was so good, and not something I feel like I have seen since like Super, or like I loved that he can both be hilarious one minute and then he's just ready to punch Rob Riggle in the face the next.
Oh, dude, Rob Riggle. I
love that.
And it's like, you hate Rob Riggle's character. He's this like EMT doctor, hotshot asshole.
ER doctor.
And it's fuck you. But then it's like, we see how his job's thankless. Like, you kind of get both sides, which is nice.
I loved that scene in front of the vending machine where he's telling him, I have this whole building sitting on my back, and you just have one patient at a time. And I love it was great. I was not expecting to love this
like
movie
a movie that
as much
should just
as I
be
did.
mediocre at best. And it really, it's fun, it's funny, it's you never know where it's going. An hour and 40 minutes, you're in, you're out.
Holy
and
shit.
Will Rell is hilarious. Like, he's not over the top, but he's just right. Like,
it's what
funny,
you want, exactly what you want from him, I think, in my opinion.
And Amy Carrero is really good in this. Like, I know her mainly from this Apple TV Plus show, Your Friends and Neighbors, starring John Hamm. And she's getting more to do here. And it's interesting watching the generations come together. And just like the whole time, Randy is like, I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm done with this. I hate this job. And Mike's like, okay, sure thing. Why would you want to leave? And it's like, the two have been here before, it feels like. And it's like, is this really the last day? Is this going to be the end of their friendship? Do they have a friendship? I don't know. It seems like they do at some point.
These very honest human moments too, because even that whole scene, whether or not you're an EMT, you have those people where you're like, we're friends at work, but we don't actually socialize outside of work. So what is that, and then realizing,
but work takes up so much time of your day. It is your life, but it's such a fine line.
I love all the topics this film explores. The way we're looking at it makes it very digestible. And it makes you look at some very gnarly things, not literally on screen gnarly things all the time, but knowing that this is someone's job in real life, knowing that these things happen really adds to the realism that this film's trying to represent, but still keeping enough of a lighthearted layer. It's because I like it's not laughs all the way through, and I like it's not through.
It's like there'll be a serious thing happens and then downplayed with comedy, and then holy shit, reality kicks back in. It's
that scene with the president of the United States. I honestly wasn't sure how that was going to fucking resolve, and I loved being on the edge of my seat for those moments. Those were the moments I really wasn't expecting from this movie, and I really love how they showed it. And it was excellent. This was an excellent movie.
Like you said, it's over on Hulu right now, Disney Plus as well. Highly suggest if you're a fan of Rain, this is a perfect vehicle for him. Like, he gets to do his thing perfectly. Lil Rel gets to do and all these supporting. Like, if you like anybody in this cast, I highly recommend checking it out, because you get in and out. And then, like I said, I saw this back, I want to say over the summer, maybe before the summer, and it still lives rent free in my head. And you just watched it, and like you can hear the excitement and the interesting aspects that you're getting to see here, because we don't really get to see what an EMT does. We don't get that true raw, like, I got to shut off all my emotions to do my job. Like, we just see, oh, there's an ambulance going by, and you forget all about it in real life.
Right.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's something that I feel like it's a topic that's only really covered in series and on television these days. And even then, it's I feel like a lot of it can kind of be told in a very similar way, and we kind of repeat those things. I love the show Emergency, where it is the firehouse EMTs that you're following. This very much reminds me of that, of like, you can't just have it be the gritty, dramatic, intense scenes and then just go bang, 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 rolling through all of those. Lifting it up with comedic elements as well as an incredible chemistry between our main cast members is really what rounds out the story here, and why I think this film sets itself aside from all of the other representations of emergency responders, especially this specific job too.
Yeah. So. I'm going to give Code 3, I think I'm going to give it 3.5 slices on my end.
So am I. I'm also going to give it 3.5 slices.
Hell yeah. So do yourself a favor and go and check that out if you have Hulu or Disney Plus. You won't regret
Please
it,
do.
folks. All right, I got the latest film in the 28 franchise here. I'm talking about 28 years later, The Bone Temple.
When the infected attack,
What do they see?
I've been developing an idea. I believe the infection can be treated. And now, a leap into the unknown.
28 years later, The Bone Temple.
All right, so I'm going to be as upfront as I can. I have a mixed feeling on the 28 franchise. I love 28 Days Later. Thought it was a revolutionary breath of fresh air for the zombie franchise, the zombie genre.
Especially at a time where we were getting a lot of that.
Yeah. It was kind of like, all right, we saw Dawn of the Dead, we saw the other ones, and it's like, what sets this apart? Fast zombies, interesting post-apocalyptic, one-man journey. And then 28 weeks later, it's like, oh, now there's colonies and people are living. And it's like, I guess that's interesting, but I was bored, saw it once, can't tell you what the hell happened in it. 28 years later, I was excited because we got back Alex Garland as the writer and, of course, Danny as the director. And I'm like, all right, so this is going to be a return to form, I think. And then I was kind of mixed. It felt like 3 movies shoved into one, kind of all over the place. Weird editing style, odd visuals, heart, but not too much heart. And then the movie ended on this wild, fucking bonkers, insane Power Rangers type ending that came out of the left field. I was like, all right. I was literally walking out of the theater because I know when a movie's about to end and I don't want to get stuck behind droves of people moving out of the theater. But that came and I just froze in my spot. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm on board again for this fucking crazy movie. I need to see what the next one is because I know this was supposed to be a trilogy and they shot 20 years later and The Bone Temple back to back. And of course we didn't get the original director back because you don't have time to do 2 movies back to back and release them consecutively like that. So they brought Nia DaCosta in for this one. And I got to tell you, it's interesting because we're seeing characters who we saw in the last movie. We're seeing essentially our last movie was about this young boy learning to deal with the realities of life and how some people lie and then coming to terms with death and just becoming a man. And then now we're watching this boy be initiated into essentially this satanic gang that's just going through and killing people and worshiping Satan. And this boy is trapped. He tried leaving and it's hard for him. And he's seeing all these people doing heinous things. And he's a young boy. And then on the flip side, we're seeing this doctor who essentially told him his mom had cancer in the last movie and kind of put his mother to sleep in a way, and this beautiful doctor doing this thing and bring catharticism to this young boy's life. And we're seeing how he's kind of lonely. We're seeing him go through the motions, living his life on the outside. And then he befriends the Alpha, which is this like giant, big hanging dick zombie that's been fucking people up in the last movie. He fucking rips people's heads out with their spines. It's insane. But the doctor finds a way to tame him, and he's trying to work on him, and he's befriending him, and it's this beautiful friendship that's kind of growing. But then, of course, our 2 worlds are slowly coalescing here, and the stories come together. And it becomes like, oh, this is interesting. Like, we're seeing 2 very different things happening and coming together in this weird, beautiful, intense, fucked up story. Like, I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to spoil things, but like, there's so many weird twists and turns that I was thoroughly enjoyed. This brought me back on board to this franchise. I'm like, all right, I was off for 2 movies, but I am back on board. And there's some wild shit. It's gory as fuck. There's stellar performances, man. As the head of this like gang, the Jimmies in the 5 Fingers, we have Jack O'Connell playing this satanic piece of shit, fucked up character, and he's just killing it. And then as the Doctor, we get Ray Fiennes, and he's just beautiful and just giving a powerful performance. And this young boy, Lewis Ashburn, playing the young boy Spike, he's kind of sidelined. He's not doing as much as he got to do in the last movie, but that's fine.
Oh.
And then we're meeting other characters in this world, and we're kind of getting different points of views and people questioning everything, and it's kind of cool. It's beautiful. Now, does it live up to where the last one ended? No. Like, that was so wild and crazy, and then you're seeing this gang do some weird things, but it's not as crazy as that last movie ended, and that's fine. And this movie feels a little more grounded compared to the... Well, that's not true, because the last movie was very fucking grounded. It feels a little more focused and streamlined opposed to the last movie.
Okay.
The last movie was known for being shot on iPhones. This one feels like it was shot on regular cameras. It looked a little more crisper. It had a great soundtrack. And then the editing style was a lot smoother. The action and gore was great. I really, really dug 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. And of course, right before it came out, there was positive reviews. People are kind of mixed on this one still. But they greenlit the third one in the franchise. And before this movie ends, it kind of brings everything back into the forefront and ties into that first movie in an interesting way that I think audience members will like. I'm going to give 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, 3 slices of toast.
Okay.
So if you're on edge, it's like you can breathe a bit. This movie is different. And honestly, you don't even have to have seen any of these movies. You can go in cold to this and still understand what's going on. It would help if you saw the last movie, but it's not necessary. I don't know.
Interesting. That is cool though. It's one. There's been so much advertising in town around us that I'm like, I feel like there was almost more for this one than there was for 28 Years Later.
Yeah.
Even though I saw way more trailers for 28 Years Later, Bone Temple, it's like, it's weird. They almost did the inverse. I saw way more billboards, bus ads and stuff. It slowly started seeping into my Instagram and Reddit feeds. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay. But I was just kept wondering, I'm like, but what is, this is like in the world of the 28 laters. So I was intrigued, but I'm like, oh, is this too deep a cut? I'm not going to know what's going on. So I'm very excited to hear that it's not so like out in their universe that you'll be lost if you just try to go and give it a shot. So,
and it's funny, before I went to see this, I know they recently added 28 Years Later to, I think, Hulu and Disney Plus. And my fiance Sarah doesn't like going to the movies, and she wanted to see it because she likes the others. When I saw it, I'm like, the movie fucking sucks. I don't think you're going to like it, but you could. So she's like, I want to see it. And we played it. She was so checked out. She hated it. And I'm like, yep. All right. I'm finally, I think you can trust me when I'm telling you some movies just aren't worth your time.
Yeah.
Kind of like I do it for my fun time. I don't know. But I was so shocked when I came out of this movie being like, holy fuck. They won me over. It was
actually
somehow.
good. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. All the stuff with Fiennes, I just the makeup, wardrobe, all the little bits I've been seeing, it's like fucking gritty. I like the look of it.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, he had a distinguished look in the last movie. Like, you'll start that the first movie, and you know he's in it. He's got a title card and stuff, and then you forget because he comes in so late. And he has a distinguished look there, but all the promos, like this poster on our show here, it's like, what? That doesn't look like his character at all. But there's a reason, and that's like the focal, like, big set piece of the movie that is just so insanely crazy, but perfect for this movie. And I want so bad to talk about this scene in particular, but that would spoil.
Oh, man, see, that's what's wild, because that's the billboard down the street from you right now. Is that shot you have? I'm just like, gee, and it's so striking. I just like I can't help but stare at it every time I walk by.
And you could think of a million different things of what's happening here,
and that's totally not it, right?
Yeah. You got to see it to believe it, and it's like, holy shit.
That's cool.
Like,
that's cool. I like hearing that.
Yeah. So if you ever get a chance, I would love to hear your take if you check out these two movies.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Lionsgate did with The Strangers, I think they should do with the 28 Years trilogy. They should cut a nice full flesh movie. That'd be interesting.
Okay.
But cut things out. Like make a nice 2-hour movie out of these three, and I'm saying that without seeing, like, the way this movie ends. It feels like it's going to be different from the original the first two movies, and more akin with the first movie. So that's why I'm intrigued. And we don't yet know who's going to be directing that first movie, the third movie. So it's interesting. Could be Danny Boyle, could be Nina DaCosta, or someone new, I guess. Alex Garland would be great. He's a great director.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, but yeah, sorry I ranted there. I haven't actually recorded a single review of that. So first thoughts besides my out of the theater reaction for this one.
Awesome. I'm intrigued. You sold me, dude.
Yeah. Man, so that's going to do it for reviews. I hope we've talked about some stuff you may be looking forward to seeing.